I will be responding to the report, which of course was written over a year ago now, looking at the ways in which some of the things that were recommended there have been implemented. I think it's very interesting to see that the Mayor has just announced his 2016 targets to get cars that are small diesel cars off the road in London. And those are moves where you can clearly see that the political class is responding to the sort of recommendations that have been made. On the other hand, what we have is a government that last week published its consultation document where it's actually proposing to get rid of air quality management zones, and that is a really serious question mark over this government. What we have there is the idea that by abolishing the only system we have for measuring air pollution, somehow, magically, we will get a better handle on the problem, that we'll be able to control things better. I think that is clearly barking. What gets monitored gets measured. And in this case, to say, well, let's stop measuring it, let's stop, what gets measured gets managed, is what I meant to say. And to say that we should stop measuring it is really quite stupid, because it doesn't give you any way of going out to the public and saying, look, these are the improvements that we're making and this is the effect that it's had. So even if you were to focus all of the poxy £11.3 million that might be saved, according to the government, from this, that's in local authorities all across Britain. That 11.3 million, even if it were designated simply to measures to tackle the problem, you wouldn't be able to show the public that any more had been done, and you wouldn't know whether you'd succeeded. So I think there's serious question marks over the way the government's addressing this. Now, I think we should be looking at innovative ways of doing it. I think the key thing that we've got to do is focus on nitrous dioxide. We've got to get particulate matter down. And I think we need to be thinking about the new 6 standard for vehicles that's coming in. But I also think we need to be looking at imaginative ways like Berlin has in terms of their road tax vehicles and the segregation of those vehicles into red and green road taxes. And then perhaps putting incentives or indeed penalties onto those that are more polluting vehicles. You could do that in a way that said this is a parking zone only for green vehicles. You could disaggregate in that way and provide those nudge incentives to people that would begin to shift them over. Those are the sort of things that I think are imaginative ways of looking at the problem, and I think we need to do that. The very first meeting I had was when I was sat down by my officials in 2006